This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're on location with Major Mom, basically doing what they do best. I am here with the co-founders, the CEO, Angela and Mandy. Let me ask you, Angela, serving your country for over 18 years, you basically were able to hone your disciplines and your passion, a gift you were probably born with, and that is uncluttering people's lives, organizing their lives, creating systems for them. It was basically in December of '03 when the official title Major Mom came about. Tell me how that got going.
Well, I decided to walk away from a very long military career. I had my first child when I was a major, hence my nickname, Major Mom. And when I had my second child, I decided that military life and motherhood are completely incompatible, and I walked away from that and became a stay-at-home mom. And after about a year and a half, we had some situation come up where I needed to go back to work. So I decided to start Major Mom because I was born to organize. And I thought I could share my gift with the world and really create some peace and serenity in other homes.
Wonderful. And now you basically, so the idea came about to get a team out there that had the same passion you did and the same skills that you had, and so Major Mom was born.
Absolutely. I started working as a solo practitioner and just organizing homes by myself, and I soon realized these are huge jobs, there's a lot to do, and I'm not being as efficient and effective for the clients, so I decided to raise up an army of organizers to get out there and serve more people more efficiently.
More efficiently. Excellent. Let me ask you, our lives, it's go, go, go. We're always pushing all the time. Why do you feel the need is more important today than basically back when you guys started?
Well, one of the things that we've seen recently is that, I guess in the past few years, is people have just accumulated, and the things in their home have grown to such an extent that they get to this point of paralysis, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what's the first step, how do we change, and so that's where we come in.
Wonderful. I would imagine, folks, at the top of your do list, organizations up there. We understand the importance. Honestly, this time of year, the resolutions are out there. You want to get organized. Yes. But honestly, we put it off. So what is the cost? What is the cost by putting this task off?
I think the biggest cost, there's 4 major costs to not getting organized, or major impacts, we call them. Okay. Your time, you have a lot of wasted time when you're not organized, looking for things that you can't find. Sure. You waste your money because you go out and buy duplicate purchases, or you buy things you don't need and gadgets because you're not organized. Right. Your health is affected because sometimes the environment is so cluttered, there could be little critters living in places that you don't, you don't consider. Totally. And then your safety is impacted because currently accidents in the home have increased 765% because people are tripping over all the cords and the clutter.
Wow, unbelievable. Let me ask you, I mean, you guys have quite a few packages out there that you can pretty much, somebody has a need out there, you can take care of it. Let's start off, first of all, Mandy, with residential. What kind of rooms are we talking about that you guys get in there and tackle?
Okay, so we love organizing residences of all types. We organize small apartments, we organize multi-million-dollar homes and everything in between, but we organize all rooms. We're not afraid to get dirty, so we'll go down into those basements that have not seen sunlight in a long time. We'll organize garages. We do all the small spaces from bathrooms to closets, laundry areas. Wherever there's clutter, that's where we come in.
We do every room in the house. It's so much fun.
Wonderful. And let me ask you, what, for the viewers out there, is the best place to start possibly right away? In other words, when you first move into a home, and how do you guys help with that move?
Oh, we love doing unpack jobs. We love unpacking a home, getting everything put away, all the furniture in the best space for that family's lifestyle and their speed of life. We love doing that. So much easier to start off on the right foot. But either way, we love getting them in the right direction.
So starting off on the first step is very easy. Let's think about it, though. Cleaning your home, organizing your home, it's an ongoing process because your lives change. And so you're talking about, we start out with a young couple, and then before you know it, a new baby comes along. How are you guys able to help with a new baby? That's a new strategy.
Yeah, we help with all sorts of family transitions, all sorts of life transitions. So whether it's a new baby, whether it's merging households upon a marriage, or when families divorce, we help in whether it's a new job, any sort of life transition that's causing things to build up around the household.
Interesting. And so obviously, like you said, merging households, I mean, it really does take the whole team, everybody pointing in the right direction to make sure that what you put in place is implemented. And so let me ask you, what do you do in the way of family management?
Well, I'm a certified family manager, and some of our other liberators on the team are getting their certification as well. So we actually empower the mom to empower her children and husband to participate in the organizing and maintaining the home on a daily basis. And we teach them some great techniques. It is amazing once you have an organized home and have some boundaries in place, it only takes 15 minutes to really straighten up each evening.
Did you hear that, men out there? Yeah, boundaries in place. Okay, excellent. I mean, obviously throughout your life, your needs are changing, your wants are changing, and then we hit our golden years, or should we say our wiser years, and a lot of people out there start what? Downsizing. Yes. They start deciding, you know what, I've been carrying around this clutter for such a long time, and it's basically taking up a lot of energy, a lot of resources. Is that what you're finding in downsizing?
We do a lot of downsizing. One of the things that we help with in particular is when people try to go from, say, 2,500 square feet to 1,100 square feet, and they need help making those decisions. What sort of furniture is going to fit in there? What sort of items are truly valuable and I truly treasure? Because not everything is going to fit.
Sure.
And so we help with some of those challenging decisions and can come up with a plan before everything gets moved over. Right. And you hit that point of overwhelm. So it makes the transition a lot smoother.
Wonderful. And folks, their website is the bottom of the screen right there as well. So keep in mind, as far as a residential area, there's no job too small or too large. These ladies can't come in. Ladies, men, and their entire team can come in and work it through. But you also offer some commercial services as well. Somebody out there has an office. I mean, that's where we live day in and day out. So tell me what you have there.
Well, we have a few people on the team that are well-versed in organizing for corporate offices, and that is for 10 employees or less. So we don't do large corporations. We can do storage rooms in their business places. We've done a lot of spas and hair places that need a lot to have the zen. They need that zen feeling, and when it's cluttered, clients don't like to be in those spaces. So sure. We have a lot of spa and hair salon clients that we go in and really get each station and each area nice and decluttered and feeling good, and even redesign. We do a lot of redesigns in homes and those offices, and then guess what happens? The business owner starts making more money and more clients come in because they're proud of their space. They really, really want more people coming through those doors.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
That's right.
Excellent. Let me ask you, first of all, you've got a team now. When you guys first came up with the idea and put it together, you soon realized quickly, I need a team of people that are passionate about it like I am. How many teams do you have out there? How many folks do you have out there? And why do you call them liberators?
We have 13 liberators now. It's taken Mandy and I 3 years to build our team to that size. We have a very high filter and barrier to come into our company. The person who comes to our company has to be born to organize and very passionate about it. And we call them liberators because we actually liberate people from the burdens of their stuff. Wow. You would not believe how many people are depressed. They're so overwhelmed. And when we come in and just declutter, set up systems, and organize, they literally feel liberated from those burdens and so happy and energized.
Wonderful. Folks, you got to keep in mind here, just like anything, when you bring in a professional, what you're looking at is somebody who has created a system for doing something correctly. And basically, you can come in, try to do this thing yourself, and for the next 2-3 years, struggle with it and try to put something together, right? Exactly. I mean, or you bring in the professionals because there's a rhyme and a reason of how they do it. Let's talk about the Major Mom method.
Great. Well, Mandy and I developed the Major Mom method, and every organizer, professional organizer, knows that there's an organized approach to organizing, and we call ours the Major Mom method. It's a 3-phased approach to organizing. We get a good picture of what the client wants for their space, and note what the client wants. Sure. This isn't like the TV shows where they go in and tell you what to do. We ask the client, what do you want? Wonderful. Then we come up with a great space plan and action plan based off of their desires and vision for each room of the house. Wonderful. And phase 3 is we actually sort everything like with like. We determine what the treasures are with the client. They say keep, donate, sell. We establish a home for each thing. Then we put it away in the proper container. and then we help them start new habits.
Wonderful. And what you end up with, folks, at the end of that is mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
And you guys have basically come in and make sure these folks are happy with basically taking something, all the important things, getting rid of the stuff that's not so important. When the mission is accomplished, obviously that's where you feel you've become a blessing for somebody. You basically have changed their lives in a certain way that they live with day in and day out. Share with me a story or two, if you would.
I have a client story recently, and she said she has struggled with disorganization her entire life, and part of it is this emotional burden that she's carried around. Her father was a drill sergeant, and he was always very adamant that everything was in its place, everything was always put away, and so when she then moved out on her own, she had kind of that rebellion, and so things just kind of did wherever she wanted to go. But then it became overwhelming and it became cluttered, and she was never taught how to organize. She was just told, go clean your room. And she said, you know, she was writing the check at the end of our job, and she said, I tell everybody this is the best money I have ever spent because I have always struggled with disorganization and I've never had help. Wow. And you guys came in and you were non-judgmental. I've felt respected the whole time, and I just feel like this is such a huge blessing.
Huge blessing. If you can give me peace in my life and my home, that's huge. I mean, absolutely. And so let me ask you, Angela, what do you think, a viewer out there, what do you think the biggest fear is? Why are they afraid to bring in a professional? What would you think?
I think that there's several fears, but the big one is the fear of judgment, the fear of us thinking they're the worst person in the world to live like that. And we never judge our clients, but they always think they're the worst, that we've never seen anything worse. And we try to explain, we have seen a lot of things, really cluttered homes where there's no place to sit, walk, or function. And so we always reassure people, we do work with the average American with cluttered homes, and we're not going to judge you, and we're not going to be mean.
So when they walk through the door, folks, no need for apologies.
Right,
they're going to come in and do what they do and do it well. Let me ask you, obviously, what's the first step out there, Mandy, for someone who wants to call your team?
The first step would just be to have the courage to give us a call or check out the website. All of our liberators are extremely nice, and they're very fun. One of the things that we like to communicate to everybody is we make organizing fun and we get the job done.
They make cleaning fun. I mean, they even have parties. Tell me the last thing real quick about the parties.
There's a huge difference between cleaning and organizing. Cleaning is a very physical task, but organizing is physical and cerebral. You really have to be able to think through processes and procedures and a home for everything. So it really is a learned trait that is a skill you can develop, but it's so different from cleaning. And so we have organizing parties, and they're so much fun because we get a bunch of people together, men and women, and we give an inspirational, informative workshop for 30 minutes and then take lots of questions about their individual situations and needs.
Wonderful. Folks, you got everything right there. Their contact information is at the bottom of the screen, their website as well. Remember, that is Major Mom. That's organize, revitalize, and breathe.
That's right.
This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.